Now, we're going to move into our next session. How many of you have some aspect of coaching tied into your business? Okay, only about all of you should. Even if you think you don't want to, we've had this realization at Digital Marketer that people just want things done for them. Even if you sell a product, even if you sell software, one of the best things in the world that you can attach to the thing that you're already selling is help. We all just want help, and we will spend a lot of money to do just that. And that really is the topic of our next session. Now, the person who's going to be coming up here truly needs no introduction. She is your host. She's the reason that we are all here together. Sonia Keenan is one of Digital Marketer's, easily one of the most influential certified partners that we have at Digital Marketer. I'll just tell a very, very quick story before I bring her up here that will give you a sense of what Sonia is all about. She came to one of the earliest times that I ever talked about this concept of a certified partner program. Sonia was there, and she said, I want in. And I said, no, you don't. You're in Australia, we're in the States, we're going to do a really terrible job serving you. She said, I don't care, I want in. I believe in the mission, I believe in the community. I want to see the Digital Marketer mission brought to Australia. I want to see this happen, and I want to help lead it. I don't know what it looks like, but I want in. No, you don't, Sonia. Trust me, we're going to do a really, really, really terrible job serving you. She said, I don't care. I want in. I said, okay, I'm going to take your money, but just know, I'm telling you right now, we're going to do a really awful job, and I'm not going to give it back to you once you've given it to me, because I don't want you to do that. And she said, fine, deal. And true to our word, we did a super terrible job supporting her in that. And what she did is she filled in the gap that we created. We were not prepared. We were not ready. And she said, that's fine. You won't come to me. I'll go to you. You won't make it easy for us. I will make that happen. And that's the reason that we're here today. It's because of her. Yeah, give her a round of applause. Seriously. And it just so... it so encapsulates who she is as a person and why she is so driven. And what she's going to be talking about is really, really simple. It sounds simple, it sounds tactical, because it is. This idea of increasing the lifetime value of your customers, of your clients through coaching. Sounds simple. Increasing the lifetime value, but really what it's all about is it's about increasing the lifetime value of your customers by helping them to increase the value of their lives. That's really what we're talking about. And if you think that this doesn't apply to your business, believe me, it does. And if you're already doing some aspect of coaching, I can assure you you're only going to be better by the time you're done hearing from her right now. So please, big, warm welcome to our host, the reason we're all here, Ms. Sonia Keenan.
Well, good morning. I don't know what happens when I hop on the stage, but half the room leaves. I've obviously offended a lot of people. To those of you that have stayed, welcome, and I hope you start. I hope I've got a clicker. Yes, I have. I want to continue on that story from Ryan first before I go full on in. As he said, 2014, I met them, and I said it yesterday when I sat in my first session of TNC in San Diego. There was 1,800 people in the room, typical Australian. Deb and I had gone to America for a one-day event that we were hosting. And Deb said, you've got to come with me, Son. You know, this is Balanced by Deborah Hutton in America. It's one day. If you're not there, when we write the story of our success, how will it sound if you weren't there with me? I'm like, Deb, I can't go to America for one day. She was going because the people hosting the event had got her the ability to play golf at Augusta. Now, if you play golf, you know that's a pretty big deal. So the actual reason for the event was so Deb could play golf at Augusta. I had to go for one day. What else can I do? So I Googled digital marketing conferences in America this date, and up popped TNC. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks all right. Go along. Thinking, you know, like an Australian event might be 200 people, 300 people. I walk in and there's 800 people, so double the size of the people in this room. I'm like, oh wow, it's pretty big. And Ryan gets up on stage and he starts talking, and I just realized in that first 10 or 15 minutes that I had found my home, my church, my happy place. I was given a vernacular for talking about what I was doing already. I didn't know what I was doing, and these guys gave me terminologies, and then they talked about the certified partner. It was the first time I saw the machine. Any of you that saw Richard's presentation yesterday about email, that's the machine. And we're in the process of redesigning the Balance website at that stage. And I emailed Megan and I said, stop what you're doing. We're doing it all wrong. And that's where we started. Fast forward a few years later and I'm at Digital Agency Summit in Austin about 2 years ago, and they have this thing called Wicked Smart, which is where you have to stand up and present your ideas. And they said, everyone's got to write an idea on a piece of paper. There's only 100 people. It was all just agencies. Put in your idea, we'll pick the top 5, you get up on stage and present it, and someone will win the choice of an Apple Mac Pro computer, a big iPad, something else. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I wrote down my idea. And my idea was something that I thought everyone was already doing. I have Digital Marketer Lab, and most of my customers come to me through Digital Marketer Lab. They contact me and say, sorry for people who don't like swearing, but they say to me, Sonia, I need your help because I know I need this shit. I just don't know which piece of shit I need and how much I should be paying for it. And so I would start to coach people through Lab. I would say, well, you need to do the content engine. That's what you need. And they go, oh, but how? And so I would coach them. And so the Lab brief the Lab execution plan became my brief. It also became the scope for which we worked in, and it also became the measure of our success. And I was training my clients to do it at the same time. So I presented that as an idea because I had built it in 6 months to a business that I had was doing around $12,000 a month in coaching revenue, like from 0 to 12. And I was loving it because I got to work one-on-one. My coaching clients became my best clients because I was training them. And so anyway, I presented this idea thinking, yeah, well, I've written my idea down. And Molly told me the other night she was the person who actually did the short list, and I didn't know Molly then. So she picked 5, and they're like, oh, yeah, Sonia, you get to present your idea. And all these other people presented, and they were incredible ideas. They were like, reshaping the music industry and helping people get married. And I'm like, wow, that's fantastic. And then I get up, and they've all done PowerPoints and music and dancing. And I'm like, sorry, I haven't done any of that. And I stood up there, and I said, so people contact me through the directory, asked me to help them, I signed them up to Labs, I coached them, and this is what I charged them. And they went, oh, wow, okay. Sat down, and then they had to vote. And they're like, 3rd place is da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, wow, that was a great idea. 2nd place is, oh, wow. And 1st place is Sonia. And I'm like, what? They're like, come on up. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go up and I get the choice of a MacBook Pro or a big iPad or something, and I'm not an Apple person at all. I'm like, oh, get a MacBook Pro, great. But I didn't realize that I'd started a coaching business. Now, I've spoken about this model time and time again, the model I'm going to talk to you about today, about what coaching is. And most businesses don't implement it. Just like I talked about yesterday, they don't think of it that way. They make it too complex. One of my clients, Wendy's, sitting in the audience here, she has a brilliant coaching program. But it's simple, and it works, but it's content. So today, I'm talking to you about the power of coaching in your business and how you can grow the lifetime value of a customer. Back to the theme of yesterday, we spend too much time thinking about new customers and not improving the value of the customers we've already got. So stick with me as we run through to lunch, and we'll hopefully help you improve the lifetime value of your customers. We've all heard this saying, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. And that's what coaching is. It's taking people from just fixing a problem for today to be able to fix it for life. Give a man a fish, teach him to fish, and then he's got to buy a graphite rod, 2-speed reel, monoflone lines, blah, 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 blah. Improving the lifetime value of a customer. Give a man a fish, he'll eat fish for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat fish every day. Teach a man to sell fish, and he can eat whatever he wants to eat. What group do you want to be in? I know where I want to be. Recurring revenue models. Who here has a business that when they don't work, they don't get paid? Hands up. Don't be ashamed. It's true. It is not, you're not profitable. You are not actually in a position where you can take a holiday if you can't actually take a day off and still make money. For me, the value of my business, to me, the measure of success is being able to go on holidays and make money. I live on the Sunshine Coast and we have a lot of restaurants up there. And most of those restaurateurs have to shut their businesses when they go on holidays because it's more profitable. That's not a business, that's just a noose. If you are not building ways of putting recurring revenue into your business, you are unemployed every Monday. You get through the week, oh, it's Friday, I've paid all the bills, fantastic, I'm okay, good. Saturday, Sunday, spend all the money. Monday, oh shit, I've got to pay all the bills again. I mean, who feels like that? Who feels like they're going around and around and around? You need reoccurring revenue that will occur in your business whether you actually work today or not. Coaching can be a way to do that. Coaching, membership sites, and mentoring are misunderstood revenue streams. They don't have to be complex. They can be a Facebook group. They can be a community. Business owners need to do recurring revenue and look at passive forms of income. For me, my coaching business means that when I start each month, I know my rent's paid, my wages are paid, and all those costs are paid. So the other money we make is profit. It is so important. Do you know how much more creative you can be when you know the wages are paid? Do you know how much more sleep you get when you know the rent's paid? You know the bank manager's not going to ring you because the overdraft's blown out? You can pay the kids' school fees. The purpose of starting your business was to create a better life for your family. How much better father or mother are you going to be if you're not worried about, is there enough money in the tin this month? Think about it from that point of view. The goal of growing the lifetime value of your customer is to improve the profitability of your business. Immediate gratification. As business owners, you have skills, systems, and content that other business owners or customers will want. You have a whole lot of information that you could be sharing that other people will pay you for or will do things quicker with you because of it. What do you know that you wish you'd known when you started your business? How can you help your customer get success quicker? We talked yesterday, the customer value journey, about the quadrant of excite. This is the excite quadrant. You know, we live in an environment where people want instant gratification. They want to be able to get things done quickly. How can you help them do that? How can you reduce buyer's remorse? A big thing, Ryan talked yesterday in the customer value journey about advocate and promote, and how you can align your business with people that can help you to promote your business who might be potentially competitors. But if you have a way that you can turn your peers, your competitors, into customers, how successful are you going to be? As an agency owner, I coach agency owners. They're my biggest group of clients. I give away my business model every day. But I make money out of it because I'm sharing. We live in a shared economy. There is nothing new. It's wrong to think that something you've got so proprietary that you can't share it with someone. It's just insane. You know, even proprietary things aren't proprietary anymore. I mean, who's got a fake Louis Vuitton handbag? It's probably better quality than the Louis Vuitton one. I mean, we do no longer live in a world where you can just say, this is mine and I'm going to own it. What are the systems that you've created or you've learnt that would allow you to scale, that have allowed you to scale, that would help others? You're a tradesperson. You know, you're a carpenter with 45 years experience of being a carpenter, but you're also a carpenter of 45 years experience of running a business. What coaching program could you create to help apprentices learn how to run a carpentry business? You're a builder who has to pay wages and all sorts of things every week because you're building things, but if you're into digital marketing, could you be creating content that you could sell that would help other people be successful as a carpenter? A doctor. I'm a doctor, how can I help you learn how to set up your practice? Doctors don't learn how to be business people. But could they learn from other doctors about how they could be better business people? Could they learn from, if you're a doctor in this room and you're doing digital marketing, could you actually create a coaching program where you helped other doctors do digital marketing? It could just be YouTube videos. It could just be really simple things. But you have so much knowledge. Now remember, we live in a world of information, too much information, and not enough knowledge. The key is knowledge. The currency is knowledge. All of you have knowledge about your bespoke businesses. Is my turf lady still here? No, she's gone. Yesterday we had a lady who has got a turf business, like an obscure business. But you know, content about how you could actually reduce water usage and improve the capacity of your grass. I mean, it's content that connects you with people. As I said, tradespeople, how to run your trades business. You all have this content that you could be sharing, that you could turn into something. If you are an agency and you have clients and they're looking to work out how they could engage people better and position themselves as a leader in their industry, how better than to have content on their site where it shows they teach other people in the same industry to be a leader in their industry. It's content, guys. It's not really coaching. It's content that allows our customers to be successful. Retailers, I talked yesterday about the lady that wanted her website for the fashion store. I mean, retail is any sort of retail, fashion, you know, anything. There are so many parts of it. And in Australia, it's still really easy to open a retail store. And there's lots of people shouldn't be allowed to open a retail store. But imagine if you were a retailer who was really good at retail and you've created some learning modules to help other retailers to be successful. There is no scarcity on success. Just because I'm successful doesn't impact on your ability to be successful, vice versa. It's a book called The 1 Minute Millionaire, written by the 1 Minute Manager people. It's a book I read, I think it was in about 1999, and it changed my life because it says that if I help you to be successful, all that happens is we probably get there a bit quicker. Just because I become a millionaire tomorrow doesn't stop you from being a millionaire tomorrow. If we live in a shared economy where we actually help people get there quicker, we all have a better experience. People say to me, Sonia, what are you getting out of this event? Sure, we might sell a few coaching programs or whatever, and that'll be nice. But I've done this because I want to help you. I want to coach you through these events. I've brought the experts that I trust, the people that I connect with, to help you because I want you to be successful. Because you know what? If your agency is successful, there's going to be a whole lot of business owners that are successful who love digital marketing and aren't being ripped off. Our industry gets a better positioning than being seen as a bunch of cowboys ripping people off. If I have business owners that are informed about what digital marketing can do for them, well, then we're going to build a community where we're all so much better off. And we might just have some fun while we do it. I hope you had some fun. You don't look like you're having fun at the moment. I'm a bit worried. I think I need to do Amanda Gore or so. Are you still here, Amanda? I think you need to get them together and hug it out. It's a bit of a worry. Come on, guys, we're nearly at lunch. So I want you to start thinking of coaching and content as the same thing. What content are you already doing that you could be sharing with your customers or sharing with other people that would allow them to be successful? You've got to change your mindset. You've got to stop thinking, I'm going to own this. I can't tell people about this because I'll give away my business, because somebody's already taken your business. Now, as I spoke about yesterday, a big chunk of my career was in the newspaper industry. An industry that started doing paid advertising in 1883. You would think that that was such a big industry it couldn't fail, but it's close to failing. You know, newspapers are shutting down all over the world. And the reason why that's happening is because when the internet launched, the large publishers and the television producers, so Channel 9 and Channel 7, they did not see value in their content. They thought we're going to gate it and we'll be able to make money out of this internet because people will pay to go to our websites. That's sort of happening now. But what they did, a lot of them, is these massive deals with Microsoft and Yahoo, where they just packaged up all their content and gave it to them. You know, I think about 2006, Yahoo and Microsoft came to Australia. Yahoo went to Channel 7, Microsoft went to Channel 9 and said, we're going to give you this amount of money for your content, and we'll give you a little bit of revenue going forward. And the big companies went, well, this friggin' internet thing's never going to work, so sure, we'll take your money. They locked their content up for 15 years. The only way ACP got out of the deal that they had with Channel 9 and Microsoft was that they sold, and Bauer Media bought them and broke the deal. They gave away their content. They didn't value it. You guys have got content. What content have you got that could be helping customers? Change your mindset. Nobody owns anything in the world that we are in now. Knowledge is the new currency in the world of information. The economy is shared. Don't you like it when you talk about your slides and you actually talked about what you were supposed to talk about before you looked at the slides? Turn competitors into clients. No one in this room, no matter how closely their business represents mine, is a competitor. They're a peer. There's someone I can learn from. There's someone I can gravitate towards. The certified partner program that we have here in Australia and New Zealand, I think we've got about 25 or 30. I'm helping those people all the time. We've got some of them out there exhibiting because I want them to grow their businesses because I can't help everyone. You know, we said yesterday there's about 5 million small businesses in Australia. I can't help everyone. But, you know, if each agency helps 100 clients, it's 100 more people that do better. How can you work together with people? How can you turn competitors into clients? Coaching creates engaged clients. Your coaching clients will become your best clients. We don't do a lot of implementation anymore within my business. So our structure of our business is we have Omnichannel Media Group, which owns Balance by Deborah Hutton, Renovation Rookie, the coaching business, Dig, and our events. But we used to do a lot of implementation. We used to use the resources that we had for running our sites to build other people's websites, and we're certified partners with Infusionsoft and all those sorts of things. But after a couple of years, I worked out I was losing money because, as I said yesterday, I'm not a very good salesperson, but at the same time, what was happening is my clients would come to me and say, I want a website. What sort of website do you want? We'd agree on it. And inevitably, there'd be scope creep. Inevitably, they wanted a website and we agreed it would be this and it would cost that. And then they would say, oh no, but now I want this. And you say, well, that's going to cost you extra money. And then they'd go, oh, but I can't afford to pay that extra money. And you go, oh, well, I'll bill it for you anyway and we'll pay for it later. And I mean, who here builds Infusionsoft funnels? I mean, one way to get scope creep is to start building a funnel. So what happened with my coaching clients, though, was that I knew their businesses intimately because I work with them every week. So when they needed something done, if we choose to help them do it ourselves or get somebody else to do it for them, we could write the brief because we actually know what they need. We actually know what their website's doing. We actually know where the problems are with their funnels. We know what their skill set is, what they can do themselves and what they can't do. And so these people become our best clients because we can actually not only help them the most, but we actually profitably in our own business can do the work without it costing us a lot of money. My coaching clients respect what I do better than any one of my clients. Don't you, Wendy? Wendy knows that she is very, very, very good, a world leader in helping women deal with menopause. She also knows that she is not a world leader in building Infusionsoft funnels. And that's good, that's why we work together. Rob, her husband, has actually become a world leader in building Infusionsoft funnels. But together, we work together on the skill sets that they have and we fill in the gaps. But we know their business well enough and there's a mutual respect because we know what we each do. Sharing information helps clients learn the value of what you do. Most clients don't understand how many hours it takes to do what you do. If you're a plumber or an electrician, so you're an electrician and you get a call from a customer and they're like, I just want you to come and put a PowerPoint on the wall. And you go, yeah, okay. And they say, how much will that cost? Well, my call-out fee is $75, and then normally a PowerPoint would take me about half an hour, so that's probably another $100, and you've got a few bits, so it's probably going to be, say, $200. Oh, okay. But he didn't ask the question whether you had plaster walls or concrete walls. So he arrives at the house, and he goes, oh, that's a concrete wall. I can put your PowerPoint there, but I've got to drill a hole there, and that's going to take me a day and a half, and that's going to cost you $1,500. And you go, yeah, but you told me it was going to cost $200, and now it's going to cost $1,500. If he had content that he worked with on his customers about the pros and cons of putting a PowerPoint on a wall, what the things to consider before you put a new PowerPoint in your house. The customer actually understands what he has to do before he gets there. Now, that's obviously a very simplistic model, and I know nothing about installing PowerPoints, but I do have concrete walls in my house, and I know it's almost impossible. But sharing information helps your clients value what you do, value your time. My clients say to me, Sonia, I'm sorry to bother you. They're my clients. They're never bothering me, but they value my time. It improves your ability to charge your clients because you understand, that's what I talked about before. Not only can you charge the right amount, but you can make sure you're actually making some money out of it. Because guess what? That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make a margin on our time. So now we move into the idea of using content to help your customers be more successful. I am also a certified partner with Donald Mills StoryBrand. I don't know how many of you have come across it. If you haven't, there's a fantastic podcast on perpetual traffic. I think it's about episode 67 or something, where Donald talks about it. If you heard me speak before, you've heard me talk about this. When you're telling a story to someone, you're wanting to be able to connect in with their pain points straight away. You're wanting them to understand that you have empathy for their problem, and you're also wanting to be able to get across that you have the authority to fix it. In the Donald Miller StoryBrand idea, he talks about the fact that in every story there is a hero and there is a guide. The hero has a problem. The guide has the solution. There's a question that has to be asked, though, is the guide prepared to take the solution? And if he's not, what happens if he doesn't succeed? And what happens if he does succeed? Often when I do my presentations, I talk about, in our world, in here, it's the ticking time bomb of potential. You all have incredible potential to grow your business, but what you do when you leave this room, how you take on the advice that we've got, will work out whether it works for you or not, or whether your potential explodes in your hands. Because the thing about the story is you have to do something. The hero has to do something. He's got to save the world. Is he going to cut the red wire or is he going to cut the blue wire? Who is going to help him know which wire to cut? It's the guide. The most powerful person in any story is the guide. The hero is always flawed. If you are positioning yourself as the hero in your client's story, your story is flawed. You want to be the guide. Think of Yoda and Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is flawed. He's got father issues. He's also missing a hand that just keeps growing back. How do you do that? I didn't know he was a lizard. But Yoda is the guide. He is the peace. He is the little man floating on the rock that guides Luke through, helping Luke to know, do I cut the red wire or the blue wire? Mary Poppins, Mr. Banks. Most people don't realise that Mr. Banks is the hero of the Mary Poppins story. He is a flawed father wanting to provide a better life for his family. He works too hard and he can't connect with his children. Mary Poppins is there to guide him, cutting the red wire or the blue wire. Are you going to be a great dad or are you going to be a shit dad? I'm here to help you with a spoonful of sugar that will help the merry-go go round. Mr. Miyagi and Daniel the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. Daniel is flawed. He's got a big chip on his shoulder. He doesn't think he needs the help. Mr. Miyagi, he knows what he needs. He is the guide. Daniel is the hero. The hero is always flawed. Don't be the hero in your story. Find a way of creating your content that will allow your customers to be more successful through how you guide them through success. And to do that, you have to first of all create empathy. You have to create authority. And through that, that generates understanding. You then have to show them what success looks like and what will happen if failure happens. If you use that as the plan for creating any of your content for coaching or onboarding customers, you will be successful. As I said, download the podcast from Perpetual Traffic. Donald Miller has in that a URL where you can download a free presentation on how to get this. It's proprietary, so I can't actually show it to you on a slide while it's being recorded. I'm sorry, that's just the rule of being a partner with him. It was either record all the sessions or not record all the sessions, and I would show his stuff. So anyway, go find it on Perpetual Traffic. Us, what do we do with coaching? So we've talked a bit about our sites that we do, Balanced by Deborah Hutton. This is a little bit different with how we structure this because our hero, when we position this to start with, is actually Deb. Deb is the flawed character. She is the person who needs trusted experts to help her be successful. And we pull in trusted experts through Deb's brand to help our followers be successful. Deb does not purport to be an expert in anything, but she can connect through her celebrity to anyone she wants to. And so we connect our followers with her trusted experts and help them be successful. We have online learning programs that we sell that connect our trusted experts to those people. But we also create a lot of content, and we work with companies that want to connect with our audience through their experts. So we've just completed another project called Renovation Rookie, where we renovated Deb's house over a year, her dream house. We worked with companies like Freedom Kitchens, James Hardie, Zip Taps, a whole lot of people, where we helped people renovate their house through Deb's flawed understanding of renovation. She's the renovation rookie. We're not putting her out there as being an expert, but all the experts she brought in were. And so we built content for all those different companies to help them connect with our followers and give them the right information so they were presented as experts. It's coaching done through content. This site, I love this site. My friend Iris tells me about this site every day, about how we're going to go and live abroad for $28 or something in a chateau in France. Sounds interesting. But amazing site. They basically sell a magazine and a few other things, but the whole idea is coaching people on how they can live overseas and retire. It's content for coaching. They're building in an engaged audience, probably primarily people over 55. They're on-selling those people, but at the same time, they're on-selling their products. Who knows of the iPhone photography guy? I mean, really, how easy is it to take a photograph on an iPhone? What on earth would I have to get a coaching for it? But we do, because guess what? We live in the Instagram world and we want our photos to be the best. We want to know how to use that portrait thing. We want to know how to use all those live things. This guy helps you do it, but he does it through content. Are you teaching people how to do things? Do you have the ability to help people be more successful? I've spoken about Wendy already, my menopause. Perfect example. Wendy's was a nurse. She's a personal trainer. She's done a PhD in healthy living because she was going through menopause herself and needed to be able to find a way to deal with it better. Out of that, she's created a program that helps women successfully navigate menopause. But then out of that, she's created a Facebook group that has become her continuity program. And we've worked out through the coaching that we've done that her core product is actually the $15 a month Facebook group that she sells. It's a Facebook group. There's nothing complex about it, but it's got a whole lot of community coming together who have a common goal, who want to be able to get through menopause easier. They want to not just survive it, they want to thrive it. So through Wendy's program, they do the program and then they're into the Facebook group and they're staying. Once they're finished doing their program for $300 or whatever they're being charged, they're then staying on for $15 a month. And I think it's grown to a couple of hundred now, hasn't it, Wendy? 500. So a year ago, I think we were at 78 or 80 or something, Rob. I'm not lying, am I? I hope not. Yeah, so a year ago, they came to our event in Sydney last year, and I met them for the first time. They came on as a coaching client. We reset their customer value journey because we decided that that offer was actually their core offer. Their program was actually their lead magnet. Their lead magnet is a $300 sale, because we want them to go successfully through the program and stay in the Facebook group, because recurring revenue, people paying money every month, is worth so much more. I saw a presentation with Roland at T&C where he says that the big companies that buy companies value recurring revenue at 6 times more than one-off revenue. So if you're doing $1,000 a month in recurring revenue, that is worth 6 times more than if you sold one thing for $1,000. It's a really, if you're thinking about selling your business, it's a really interesting metrics to start thinking about. I love this. The tap fix, the Fix-A-Tap. This company sells things to fix taps, but they've got all these videos that show you how to do it, how to be successful with the product, how to fix a tap. Who wants to pay a plumber to come and do a washer? Because it just seems like almost like paying an electrician to change a light bulb. But it's scary because it involves water, and if I do it wrong and it explodes, it's going to be really, really messy. If I cut the red wire or the blue wire, if I get the wrong one, it's going to be messy. But simple, not complex. But if you're a plumber or you've got a client who is a plumber, imagine creating a series of videos on his website where he talked about the way you can easily change a washer. People could change their own washers. But at the end of that, you have an offer that says, guess what, you probably don't want to do this yourself, and I also know that most washers in the house will all go at once. I'll come to your house and change every washer in your house for $150. I've just shown you how hard it is, how dangerous it could be, the mess you could make. You want me to come and do this. It's content, but it's content that's coaching our clients. How can you help the client know whether to cut the red wire or the blue wire? Even if it was content that says the 5 things that go wrong when people do their own washer changing and how to fix them. The customer value journey, I've talked about this a few times already this morning, but when you're looking at that, this is the grid to working out where you could be coaching. Where could you add steps? Where are you stuck? Where are your clients stuck in your customer value journey to be able to work out how you're going to move them through? And do they need to be coached to get to the next level? Anyone who sat in my presentation yesterday knows that the thing in that journey that worries me the most is excite. Too often, excite is, oh my God, we've just done a sale, I'm really excited in the office, as opposed to how am I exciting my customer? The onboarding part is really, really important. You move customers from being, or people being prospects to customers and into raving fans by exciting them. That's how they become advocates and promoters. How do you excite your customers? You give them the knowledge to be successful with your product. Who here's bought an iPhone in the last couple of years, the last year? Does it come with any instructions? The only instruction you get is a little drawing that says, plug this plug into here. And then it talks you through the whole process. It worked out that people don't read instructions. And so then they fail. But if I make the instructions built into the phone that they can't go from step 1 to step 10 until they go to step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, well then I'm going to make sure that they've got a great onboarding experience. You've got to plug the cord into the phone. That's all you've got to do. My mother got an iPhone and she's like, but there's no instructions. I need to read the instructions. I said, just plug it in, Mum, it'll be all right. No, I need the instructions. Now, I said to her, well, you can get instructions. You can go to the Apple shop and talk at the Genius Bar. She's on first names with them all now. My mum's 73 and she loves her iPhone. She's probably liking my posts as we speak. She's my biggest fan. But how do we excite them? If Apple can help my 73-year-old mother be excited about an iPhone, and she went from a Nokia brick to an iPhone 10, if Apple can do that, what can you be doing to take your customers through your customer value journey? The first step in this journey, though, is you need to reinforce that they've made the right decision. You need to wrap a big arms around them and give them a big hug and say, you are so clever that you have done what I have asked you to do. Reinforce it. Well, Jeff talked before about social proof and all those sorts of things. That's vitally important in the onboarding. But if you can have content, if you can have emails, if you can have videos on your website that allow customers to understand how to work with you and how to use your products, you will have far better, happier, and more excited customers. Think about how you develop this content to create this knowledge. How do you do this? What is the knowledge that you should be sharing? Get some friends to buy your product and tell you what's wrong with it. I went to do it, and then I got this, and then this didn't work. Because there's probably gaps in your sales process where your pages aren't doing checkout properly, or it's not working properly, or I mean, one of our problems with the website for this site is most of it's on Instapage, and we had to have a generic thank you page no matter what product you bought. It wasn't really a problem while we were only selling one thing, but towards the end of last week, of course, we were selling multiple products. And unfortunately, I said to my team, I'm really sorry, we haven't got time to fix that one. We've got to pack 700 bags. So for all of you that didn't have a really great experience with the thank you page, I'm sorry, but we'll get it fixed for next year. Coaching fits at each stage of the customer value journey. Clients will pay a premium to learn the most from their experience or purchase. And I've got 80 of you in this room that proves that. You all bought VIP tickets because you wanted to have the best seats in the house, the most comfortable seats in the house, you wanted to come to the events, you wanted to be able to connect with people. What is the VIP seat in your business model? Is it priority bookings? Is it fast track something? Is it a bonus? What is it? There must be something that allows your customers to go for the premium. We work on average at around 10 to 15% at events will buy VIP seats. And we really don't make a lot of extra money out of this because by the time we pay for the catering and everything, but we also know you're our most engaged customers. So you're very, very important people. But what is your VIP seats? Think of ClickBank University. Anyone do affiliates? Few. ClickBank University is something that's associated with affiliates, but they actually get people to pay them to do a course to teach them how to be an affiliate to sell the product that they're actually selling. I mean, that is like the slide that I put up about the fishing. You mean, they're the people that can buy whatever they want for dinner. I am charging you to learn how to sell my product that's actually going to make me money. The ultimate in coaching. Premium onboarding services. People will pay. If you sell something that they have to implement, think of IKEA furniture. Who's ever put a flat pack together? People, I am going to make you hug soon if you don't wake up. We're nearly at lunch. IKEA. So with IKEA, you know, you buy your flat pack and you go home with your Allen key and you've got to build this thing. How many people will pay for the premium service to have someone to their house and build the IKEA furniture? It's coaching. Why didn't you just go to a furniture store and buy something that was already built? It's coaching. You've sold on the IKEA brand. You've sold on the IKEA product. They've even convinced you that the fact that you buy it and it's not built and you pretty much pay the same amount of money for it as you would somewhere else, and now we're going to charge you to actually finish building it, is a good thing. How can you be doing premium onboarding within your business? How can you help me be successful quicker? I am the most excited about you I'm ever going to be because I've just bought your product. The next thing you tell me will either make me excited or start to regret that I gave you my credit card details. It is that critical. That critical. The next thing you say to them will make them be excited. What can you add to your customer value journey that will help you grow the success of your customers and that they'll be prepared to pay for? This was animated originally. I don't know why it's like it is, but it is. I'm sorry, it's a bit messy. Think about it in these segments though. So from aware to engage, value in advance, and to confirm empathy. You are wanting to confirm with these people that you understand the pain point that attracted them to you today. What was the blog post that I clicked on? Why did I come to your website today? and how do you confirm it? We call this AdSense a lot of times. How do you do that? Moving from engage to subscribe, you've got to build trust here. I'm going to give you my email address. And I know you're going to bloody email me 5 million times a day. I've got to trust you with my information. People value their email address now as much as they value money because it's an exchange of time, because I know you're going to waste my time sending me emails, aren't you? But I'm going to give it to you anyway because I trust you. Building trust. From subscribe to convert, you're trying to demonstrate authority. Actually, not only do I understand your pain, not only can you trust me with your personal information, I'm actually really, really qualified to fix that problem for you. Moving from convert to excite. Well done, you've bought it. Congratulations. Here's how you get the most out of it. And how can we help you be more successful? Then you start to move up into the higher levels and it's all about you've made the right decision. Isn't that a great thing we sold you? Don't you love it? Isn't it helping? What is the content in your customer value journey that will allow people to move through those parts? And when you look at your customer value journey and you realize where you're stuck, potentially it's that content that you're not delivering. You are not coaching your clients through the journey well enough for them to commit to wherever it is. So if you're in that bottom area, if you're still in the friend zone, you know that you've got to build empathy and you've got to build trust. Does your website do that? If I go to your website today as cold traffic, do I automatically understand that you understand my pain point? And do I trust you that I'm going to give you my information? Because if you're stuck there, I would almost put money on it that they're the two things that are the problem. People don't trust you. There's not enough information on there to say, if I'm that plumber and I want you to come and fix the washers in my house, there's something about that plumber's website that I look at and go, I don't know that he fully understands what my problem is, and I don't trust him to come into my house. So how do you do this? How do you move through to the different parts with your coaching? Think about you've probably already got the content, but you're not packaging it in a way to help them move from a cold client through to a raving fan. Coaching helps conversion. It increases revenue by creating a coaching stream. Content is of value. People love to have the right content at the right time. You're able to help your customers be more successful faster. It helps with upselling, winning, and acquiring new customers. Increased revenue from improving the lifetime value of a customer. Remember we talked about the 3x3 grid yesterday, and I took at the top, the number one priority should be your most engaged clients. How can you start to work with them on this sort of thing? How can you use your information and your knowledge to help them be more successful? So that's the 3x3 implementation grid. A few people asked me to put it back up because they didn't get it yesterday, or if you go to the booth, they'll help you. If you weren't in my presentation yesterday, the 3x3 implementation grid is a way that I curate our learning, and it's the way I curate our strategies to be able to implement the customer value journey. There is a podcast on Perpetual Traffic about it as well, or you'll be able to watch my presentation from yesterday with the recordings. Okay, so coaching, please promise me you will at least go back to your business and think of a customer, just one customer that you're going to help be more successful. And then use that to inform how you can help lots of customers to be successful. Remember, I have said to you, I want you to implement something. Is anyone going to implement this? Deadly silence. Oh, yes, yes, good. If you want to tell me what that is, come and grab me and get my business card and email it to me, and I will follow you up. I am passionate about this. If we help our customers to be successful, we will all be successful and our community will grow. So, speaking of community, what next for us? How can you help us build this community? This is what we're here for. been here for this couple of days. As well as learning, we are building a community of Southern Hemisphere business owners and marketers that want to understand digital marketer, and we want this caliber of presenters to keep coming back. We haven't got the date quite sorted for next year, but I can guarantee that Ryan and I have had a conversation and we will be back about this time next year. Thank you. And as I said at last year's presentation, if everyone at last year's presentation bought one person, we would double the size of our business. Well, this year, or community, this year, we've actually done it threefold. So next year, if you could all bring someone with you or share the news, we will grow this community. And the bigger this community gets, keep in mind, it's a shared economy, the better caliber speakers we will be able to present, the better sponsors that we will get that will support us to grow this community. So please support us in trying to keep this community growing. If you haven't already, you need to join the DMDU Connect Facebook group. You would have got an email about it. If not, go see somebody on the booths and they'll sort it out for you. That is the best place for us to stay in contact. You can connect with each other, you can share your ideas, you can keep each other accountable. Remember, we talked yesterday about one thing with coaching is accountability. You can buy a DM Lab or a DM Plus account. Spending money with Digital Marketer is a fabulous way for them to realize that this is a valuable community. So the offers are still out there if you want to do it. Engage with a Digital Marketer certified partner. There's about 30 of them here. Find them. There's some guys out there that have got booths. Go and talk to them. They can help you implement this stuff quicker and get better results. As I said before, go out and just connect with our sponsors. Thank them for coming. Some of them have got like free kit to give away this afternoon. So if you're into all that sort of stuff, go and get them, because guess what? They all flew in from America and they can't take it home. So go and bombard them, but thank them. Even if you're not buying from them, I could not put this event on without them. I just can't. I can't grow it without their support. So even if you're not buying from them, just please go and give them an Aussie thank you or a New Zealand thank you or a Singaporean thank you and say, thanks for coming and we hope you come back next year. If you want to connect with me, you can. The DIG offer is still out there. If you're interested in my one-on-one coaching program, find me. Or if you just want to come to the VIP lunch today because you want to learn more from me, or find out about coaching, or find out about DIG, you're welcome to be my guest at the VIP lunch. We've done a deal with the convention centre so we can fit a few more people in. Ryan's going to join me, and we're going to be there to answer questions and talk. So if you are interested in learning more from me about coaching, or you want to talk to me about one-on-one coaching, or you want to talk to me about DIG, please just follow us into the VIP room and you can have lunch on us. And if you don't want to talk to me about anything, you'll probably still come for lunch. I'm going to be with you for the rest of the afternoon. I'm your MC for this afternoon, but we're at lunchtime now, and this little timer's telling me I've got 36 seconds, so I've pretty well done it on time. Kalia will be very, very happy with me. I'm getting thumbs up. Just on that, before you leave, and I'll do it again later on, but I just want to acknowledge my team. Kalia and Megan and the team around them for what they've done is phenomenal. So if you could please just give them a big cheer, I'd really appreciate that. And if you'd like to join me and Ryan for lunch because of what I've just said, please do. We will be back at what time, Kalia? 10 past the hour. I don't even know what hour it is. Is it 10 past 2. So back in the room at 10 past 2, we've got Mike Rhodes, who is singularly one of the best Google people in the world on this stage. And then we'll be having a bit of fun with a panel. So please join us after lunch. Have a great lunch, and we'll see you then.
Every time I knock